just what are your plans for the off season and possibly playing or just doing individual workouts?
Yeah, I mean, probably take a little bit of a break here, just for maybe a week. I don't really want to lose a ton of the stuff I've worked on, and just trying to get my body back to full health.
The ink is finally dry, and the announcement has sent shock waves through the entire basketball world, effectively rewriting the playbook for how superstar athletes manage their careers. While the WNBA front office was busy patting itself on the back for a record-breaking season, Caitlin Clark was making moves in the shadows that would leave the league scrambling for relevance and gasping for air. We all knew something big was coming during the offseason. The rumors were flying about where she would end up. Would she join the new Music Unrivaled League? Would she go overseas to chase a massive paycheck in Europe? Or would she simply disappear to rest after playing nonstop for 2 music years? Well, the answer is officially here, and it is the absolute worst-case scenario for the jealous veterans and the WNBA commissioner who tried to keep her in a box. Caitlin Clark has officially joined the NBA on NBC. You heard that right. She isn't just a WNBA player anymore. She is now a strategic partner with the biggest media machine in sports history, joining forces with the NBA to bring basketball back to NBC. This isn't just a guest appearance or a one-off interview. Music reports confirm she is stepping into a role that places her shoulder to shoulder with legends like Vince Carter and Carmelo Anthony. And while fans are celebrating this massive crossover, there's one group of people who are absolutely seething behind closed doors: the WNBA leadership. Commissioner Cathy Engelbert and the old guard of the league have effectively lost control of their biggest asset. And the timing, Music, couldn't be more disrespectful if she tried. It is a seismic shift that signals the beginning of a new era, one where the player holds more power than the league itself. But to understand why this move has the WNBA commissioner reportedly furious, you have to look at what happened just days before this announcement dropped. The league has been desperate to keep Clark within their ecosystem during the winter. They needed her to boost the ratings of their new projects. Instead, she ghosted them. She turned down their offers, cited injuries, and then immediately signed a deal to work with the men's league. It is the ultimate power move, a declaration that she is bigger than the WNBA, Music, and quite frankly, she doesn't need them to stay relevant. The jealousy is palpable. The panic is real, and the fallout from this decision is going to change women's basketball, Music forever. This isn't just a contract. It is a rebellion against a system that tried to Music suppress her stardom in the name of fairness. So what does this NBC deal actually look like? And why is it paying her more in a few nights than the WNBA paid her for an entire season? Why are veterans claiming this is a slap in the face to the women's game? And what did Commissioner Engelbert say in private that allegedly pushed Clark to make this jump? Buckle up, because we are about to expose the truth behind the biggest betrayal Music in WNBA history and dissect exactly how Caitlin Clark outsmarted the very people who refuse to protect Music her. Let's dive into the details of this groundbreaking partnership to understand the magnitude of what just happened. NBC is preparing to bring back the NBA in a major way, reviving the nostalgia of the 90s with its iconic round ball rock theme and a production budget that makes the WNBA's current setup look like a high school broadcast. They needed a face for this new era, someone who could bridge the gap between the Michael Jordan generation and the TikTok generation. They didn't choose LeBron James. They didn't choose Steph Curry. Music, they chose Caitlin Clark. Reports indicate that Clark will serve as a special contributor for NBC's Basketball Night in America, appearing on broadcasts for marquee matchups, including games at Madison Square Garden and potentially the All-Star Weekend. This is a strategic masterclass from Clark's team. By aligning herself with the NBA on NBC, she is positioning herself not just as a female basketball player, but as a basketball ambassador, Music, period. She is stepping out of the WNBA niche and entering the mainstream global conversation, effectively telling the world that her basketball IQ is on par, Music, with the greatest male players to ever play the game. But here is the kicker: the money. While exact figures are often kept under wraps, Insiders suggest that her compensation for these special appearances likely dwarfs her entire WNBA rookie salary. Remember, she was paid roughly $76,000 to carry the entire WNBA on her back for 4 months. NBC is undoubtedly paying her millions for her likeness, her commentary, and music, her presence. This financial disparity is exactly why the WNBA front office is panicking. How can they negotiate with a player who makes 50 times her salary from a network that broadcasts the men's league? It completely destroys the WNBA's leverage. Commissioner Engelbert has spent the last year trying to convince the world that the WNBA is a lucrative business that treats its players well. But when your biggest star has to go to the NBA's broadcast partner to get paid what she's worth, it exposes the cracks in the foundation. It proves that the Clark economy is real, but the WNBA isn't the one profiting from it anymore. Clark is. She has effectively unionized herself, creating a one-woman corporation that operates independently of the music league's restrictive salary caps. But the money isn't the only reason this deal has people upset. It's the timing. This announcement comes right on the heels of the drama surrounding the Unrivaled League. For those who don't know, Unrivaled is the new 3-on-3 league founded by WNBA stars Breanna Stewart and Afisa Collier. The entire selling point of this league was that it would keep WNBA players in America during the off-season, paying them six-figure salaries so they wouldn't have to go to Russia or China. Everyone, and I mean everyone, expected Caitlin Clark to be the face of Unrivaled. The league organizers reportedly held a spot open for her until the very last minute, practically begging her to join. They knew that without Clark, their viewership numbers would be a fraction of what they could be. They built the marketing strategy around a ghost, hoping she would materialize. And what did Caitlin do? Music? She said no. Her camp released statements citing a need for rest, recovery from injuries, and a desire to take a break from the court. Fans are disappointed, but understood. After all, she had been playing nonstop for a year, going straight from the NCAA tournament to the WNBA draft to the regular season. But then, boom, the NBC news drops. It turns out she wasn't too tired to work. She was just too tired to work for them. She chose to pivot to a broadcasting and ambassador role with the NBA rather than grinding out 3-on-3 games in Miami with the very same women who spent the last season bullying her on the court. You can imagine the group chats among the WNBA veterans right now. The jealousy is likely off the charts. Players like Stewart and Collier put their reputations on the line to build Unrivaled, banking on the idea that women support women. By bypassing their league to join the NBA's media machine, Clark sent a silent but deadly message. She prefers the brotherhood of the NBA over the sisterhood of the WNBA. And honestly, can you blame her? After the way she was treated during her rookie season, the hard fouls, the eye rolls, the constant media shade from legends like Cheryl Swoops. Why would she want to spend her off-season trapped in a hotel with those same people? It would be like asking a student to spend their summer vacation at a camp run by their bullies. This brings us to the reaction of Commissioner Cathy Engelbert. Sources inside the league office suggest that Engelbert is furious and embarrassed by this development. The commissioner has been under fire for months regarding her handling of the Clark effect. She was criticized for not protecting Clark enough from physical play, and then criticized by the players for not shutting down the toxic discourse from portions of the fan base. She has been walking a tightrope, trying to please everyone and ending up pleasing no one. Her leadership has been defined by a reactive rather than proactive approach. And this NBC deal is the ultimate sign that she was asleep at the wheel. Now, she has to deal with the optics of her league's savior actively promoting the competition.